Fuck, I hit the button by accident. Who, me? I hit the button accident. I'm searching, so it's already searching. I don't know. I'd be able to get in there at the same time or not. You get the invite? Did you get the invite, or do I gotta back out and search at the same time? I'm not. I need to win out in order to make the playoffs, but just chilling and okay. Knock on wood, I haven't been sick.
Now for the so-called City Beautiful and home to the Madden Studios. This is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League from Orlando, Florida.
On my team or just in draft regards? I want to see my wide receiver Golden taken and that corner taken. I was hoping Eubanks would fall down to us because we needed another tackle. Yeah, I like the Broncos. Yeah, the corner. Yeah, I'm a Longhorns fan.
6-yard line just across the 25. Already here, they'll audible to something else. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also. Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. So a loss of 5. And
that's a dude I traded.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
That's a dude I traded from Atlanta.
Guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield. That's a pretty good point.
Yeah.
But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down. They got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Man, just watch my Falcons just...
Throwing his Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
How about that strategy there? Brandon, third down. They just said, we got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff. And just decided to protect the sticks.
And then we got
so every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore,
guys
like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
But I feel like they got an edge rusher and an outside linebacker. So they did get a better pass, right?
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown.
And how you feel about
and now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Bro, must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them. Because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt, and you're pinned down a little bit. But must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're able to do it consistently here. This 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's cold.
Looking to throw is Williams. That's complete. Roma Dunze. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. The Bears at 500, 7-7 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club.
Good tackle.
Turn things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes. See if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
They'll go play action here with Williams. From left side, taken in by Kmet. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
I'm still getting that. I was watching some shit, and I was like, I'll run up that middle. And he was shedding shit.
They'll try and run for
Good tackle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look
yeah, like
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Basically, they got the best pass rush in the game. Abdul was definitely the best pass rusher.
Williams with a little touch pass forward.
And
here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
They definitely let that young nigga play both sides. So I think he's definitely their best corner right out the gate. So I think he's gonna play corner more, but they definitely don't let him play both sides.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
I ain't gonna lie. The other person I'm scared for.
Narvis's kick is good, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first.
Their receiver.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right?
But he basically.
PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
I don't know who that is. Oh, but the Panthers got them a good receiver. They be the same person.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in the hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Like, they definitely got 6-4 on them.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
I know D-Dog happy with his Broncos pick. So they basically got the best corner in the draft. Well, they got the best per corner in the draft.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
But
and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You look at this Bears defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Hurts.
they thought she was there.
He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bears take over.
My broadcast is up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect. They know
under pressure, and they got to him again. Devin White drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside.
Come on, guys. I also just went back to work too. And it was my ass. I'm gonna
From
go
the
sleep.
43, it's 2nd and 3. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
This now a 3rd and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Have you seen Simmons yet?
That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Josh Allen wife had the niggas going crazy. Josh Allen. His wife. Everybody. She in that movie too. That movie, this is a good ass movie, but that motherfucker definitely freaked out, boy.
Second down in the yard.
You be robbing banks and trains.
Here's Hurts to throw.
You think there was
looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Drooling, right? Mike McGill was like,
they'll look to throw again.
You want some?
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And now a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Man. Like, okay. So, like, you know, they be like, you know how we feel like, man, motherfuckers ain't releasing no original movie.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Like, it always seems like they remaking some or they took an idea from
back
somewhere.
To throw
like,
again.
This is a straight original. You know
He's
what I'm saying?
got room to roam. And all the way down to the 5.
Man, it's really
that one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it
like,
1st and goal.
It's like
it's all
right
pretty
out,
simple sometimes, isn't it? Go
like
where the
Jim
defenders
Crow
are
time.
not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
You got Barkley Jordan, you know, because he played twins. You know, they basically, like, they want to be free. They bought him a little juke joint.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
He basically the other co-star. And for that to be his, hey, I ain't gonna lie.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Older black. The point being is that, like, for that to be his first team, he carried himself like him being next to the other people to make them seem no small of an actor. Like, you can literally tell, like, okay.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
You know what I'm saying? And so, shit, and all this happened within, like, the movie.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
2 days. Oh yeah, day 1, day 2.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And so
basically, things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Yeah, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure through incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
like standing.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
So they call him Preacher Boy.
A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
It's hella good, though, bro. Like,
hella good on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
I'm trying to tell you what it's about. I'm trying to tell you what it's about without telling you. Like, I'm trying to tell you what it's about without telling you what happened.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
But my Falcons
at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 3rd and 9.
And then the defensive playbook, it had what I like. Shit, I run 3-4. They got the 4-3-6-1. They got my big nickel over G, and they got my 2-4.
To throw, Williams. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
How that pass rush offense been doing? Mike Adams.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I feel like running the ball ain't never been easy to begin with.
From the shotgun,
like it shouldn't
to
be.
throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10.
But everybody on my offensive line is also like a 90 overall.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he'll go.
Well, no, it did seem like they made like the defensive pass
by Azeez Ojulari.
They
tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack on offense. Sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Williams. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Narvis's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2
Yeah, I gotta stop letting you get them fucking sacks.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On play action, here's Williams. And he takes a
Come
shot.
on.
He says this will be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To the air, Williams. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
It's taken to the 26. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to...
You ready, G?
These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. A first down carry for Barkley. And he stopped immediately there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Looking to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their 2 receivers to his outside, run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 10 yards out. And the Eagles are able to add on to that lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He's going to find Cobbs here. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. The tally there, minus 8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They go play action with Hurts. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Steps away to his left. And he's going to go down again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? Your take.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick-6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done, they continually built energy in this one. And how about them culminating with a pick six?
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Throwing after the interception, Williams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 4th down, here's Williams. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. With that catch, he's now 18 away from 1,000, so he's at 982, and that's how many Randy Moss had, 2018 Hall of Famer.
And similar to the recent Hall of Famer, we argue about which catches were the most memorable, because
pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Looking to throw is Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably is agent.
I appreciate it.
About angling for a new contract.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll go play action here with Williams. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Throwing is Williams. Out route to Hill, complete. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Bears 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. To throw, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
From the gun, here's Williams. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. His pass caught at the 4. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go. Here's Williams. And it'll be intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley, and he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go to Barkley again. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a second straight play. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Open man is Cobbs. That's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown from 21 yards away. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Saquon Barkley running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now Hurts looking to change the play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Eagles are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw, it's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he's got this down to the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To the air, Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the left side into the hands of Adunze. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. That is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And it's incomplete. Clock now showing 0:05. That's all we have left here in the 4th. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Here's Hurts to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have